What's going on, my peoples? It's your boy, Mr. OBF, back one time for your mind. Welcome to the OBF, the network. People, make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button so you guys get the live streams when we go live, people. If you can, donate to the channel. Go to OBF, the real Cash App, and donate to the channel. People, we highly appreciate anything you guys could donate to the channel. Need more information to subscribe and donate to the channel. It's down there strolling below, people. Make sure you guys share the videos, hit the like button, people. We highly appreciate y'all hitting the like button and sharing the videos. All right, man, let's get into it, man. We're gonna do the part 2 of it, people. Hopefully we can get through a lot more. It was an hour and 8 minutes interview with Candace Owens in the Breakfast Club. 6 o'clock we got a hopefully we get a panel on. I'm gonna leave the link in the description box, and somebody leave it in the chat. I'm gonna try to get talking to do it, so people can come in, give their opinions about it, people. So it's gonna be like an open discussion about Candace Owens. A lot of things has happened since yesterday this interview came out to now, but yeah, so. Let's get back into it, people.
Sounds way more polite. But I asked the question, do you want to be politely lied to or have somebody that's at least telling you what they think about you in no uncertain terms? So, you know, I like Trump for a ton of reasons. And for me, it was always about the economic argument. And I knew that he was going to be a better candidate for Black Americans because of that, especially, you know, build the wall sounded so wild, right? Back in 2016, it sounded wild. It sounded xenophobic. And I was saying, if these illegals get into the inner city communities, the first people that are going to be harmed are going to be Black Americans.
People actually were mad at you, right, when you got into the conversation with T.I. at the Revolt Music Conference, right? And you were saying that, and people didn't understand it, but it seems like people are understanding what you were trying to say back then.
Yeah, and I am so happy to have those moments because, like, I think T.I. is a trash person. You know, I'll say that 1,000 times over because, first and foremost, I had spoken to T.I. prior.
Let me say this. This is the problem with them doing this interview with her, because you just gave this woman a position of where saying that Black people are listening to her now. No, we're not listening to her. She's still a disgusting human being. And second of all, DJ Envy, why are you placating to her? You haven't heard the horrible shit that this woman has said. Let's just move on, man. Listen, the Breakfast Club, y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. Shame of yourselves. Come on, bro. Shit is sad, man.
Prior to that event, like T.I. was the only person on stage that I actually knew, and for the same reasons that I met you. Kanye had put us in touch, we had talked, and I know that T.I. thinks more conservatively, so he was literally putting on a show. And so it just makes me wonder, especially with all the stuff that like came out in the Diddy lawsuit, like who's controlling T.I. because that was wild. He was literally putting on a show like he didn't know me on stage.
So you're out here saying shit to disrespect that man's character because somehow you felt betrayed of y'all had a conversation and you thought y'all was cool, and because you assumed that he was conservative because he had some conservative values. A lot of us have conservative values, Candace Owens. That doesn't mean that we agree with your nonsense. And so now you decide to get on a platform in which nobody's pushing back on this. Other than later, I think Charlemagne will push back on it, that you're accusing T.I. to being controlled by the industry because of the whole Diddy shit. What the fuck do T.I. got anything to do with that? Don't smear that man's name and put him in that situation. And I don't agree with everything T.I. said, but I'm just saying, don't do that to people. But you, listen, this is the problem that I'm having with Candace Owens. You keep saying you're about our people, but you call them a trash ass person. You keep trashing your own people because of a misunderstanding, or you assume some shit that wasn't really there because you had a conversation with them. if I have a discussion with somebody that I fuck with, right? We cool, and we probably agree on some shit. But then when we get in front of everybody, and then you start going off on some other crazy shit, because the conversation that me and you probably had privately wasn't the same of when we got on stage and questions got to been asked, and I start hearing you say some fuck shit, I'm checking you. I don't give a fuck if you cool with me or not. That didn't mean I traded on you, I flipped on you. That mean you said some fuck shit. But anyway, man, let's just get into this bullshit, man. This moment gets on my fucking nerves, man.
Stage, like, he was surprised I was saying this stuff. He was way more level-headed and rational when we were on the phone. And I still look back at the moment, I'm like,
yes, you're supposed to be a little surprised. They probably, listen, we don't know the conversation they had. I'm just assuming she wasn't just, how she was acting on that panel was probably how she usually acts. She's a performer. So I can just imagine the conversation is not like how she's trying to pretend that all of a sudden he understood who she was going to act like or present herself to being on there. And you're having a discussion. I don't have to agree with you on everything, because behind the scenes when we had a conversation, I was like, okay, that make a little sense. Let's move on, man.
Back in the moment, I'm like, what was he doing? It was like a circus act up there. And he was doing something that I thought was harmful, because we were actually having a great discussion, and yet he created a little moment, and that was all the media ran with. Despite the fact we were on that stage for hours, they ran with that moment, and I was really
You wasn't having a great moment. You was the only person up there trying to push black people to go on your plantation, instead he's saying, look, we all need to come together and start our own party. We don't have to be with Trump. We don't have to be with the Democrat Party or the Republican Party. You didn't come there to do that. You came there to spill white supremacy talking points, like you always do. You always run down bad shit that happened to black people from the government, but it's almost like you're trying to pretend that the Republican Party has never been a part of that. Like they're so much better, and they're not. Let's move on, man.
I was really upset about it, but you're right. I was talking a lot about illegal immigration and saying this is something that we need to pay attention to, because eventually the black vote's not going to matter. Something that they worked so hard for is not going to matter.
My people, I always tell us we need to go out and vote, and I'm honest. I'm serious about that, right? And I stand on it. But the other part of me, do our votes really do matter? Even now. If our votes matter and they cared about what our voices is and our votes, they cared about it. Every black person that I know want reparations. Why the fuck it ain't happen? So do our shit really matter? Is the Republican Party gonna give black people reparations? Candace Owens, you actually admitted that you are against giving black people reparations. So why would I give a fuck about what you're talking about? Let's move on.
No matter. They get enough illegals in. What are we at? 10 million under Biden? Mm-hmm. And they're doing it intentionally. Like, it's going to be the same thing that they did to black Americans in the 60s. What Lyndon Baines Johnson did when he established welfarism and the Great Society Act. They want to get these people in, offer them handouts, and turn them into economic slaves that will continue to vote for Democrats because
people, first of all, what she doesn't tell you, and I said this shit before about welfare. Welfare was never for black people. Welfare was already created. It came from the war. Then when we helped Germany out with Hitler, the motherfucking bill was already there. The fucking welfare bill was already there. We couldn't receive none of the money. This is before we even got any rights. So when we finally got some rights, we pushed for black people need help in our community to get on our feet. We want a part of that welfare. What happened was both sides She talking about Lyndon Johnson, fine, that's cool. But it was both sides that agreed. Go back and do the history on that. See, this is what I'm saying about she don't tell the whole truth. Listen, they both sides agreed to what she's getting ready to say, that, hey, this is the only way that black people can get this money. But she's just trying to make it seem like, oh, it was just Democrats. Not understanding the times was different at that time, that the Democrats was the Dixiecrats at the time. That was the Republican Party, which is the modern day Republican Party now. She talking about Lyndon Johnson. Lyndon Johnson was at that time, I think, if I'm not mistaken, a Republican or no, a Democrat or something like that. The things that switch, people. The party switch. And I might be a little off on the timeline, but they had switched. So I think at that time he might have been a Republican at first, but turned to a Democrat. And we're not saying that either side really gave a fuck about civil rights at that time. But she keeps going back to that, acting like it's the Democrats. No, it was both parties that put them stipulations in to where black people couldn't get these things. You know what I mean? They put these stipulations in. That wasn't just the Democrats or just the Republicans. It was both of them. But let's just blame the Democrats for everything. No, blame your party for some shit. What did they do? Have they combated against that yet? No. Other than just take it away, what they going to help us with? Listen, if you take welfare away, listen, I'm okay with you taking welfare away. Take it away. To debunk that, not to debunk it, to make it fair, give black people reparations. Because see, what she don't understand is that if you take welfare away, a lot of the welfare, you know who's on more welfare than anybody? White people. She don't talk about that. More white people on welfare than black people. So if you take welfare away, that don't just harm black people or give us an upper hand. That actually hurts and stop giving upper hand to white folks that are poor and barely keeping their head above water. She don't think like that. She's stupid. Because it's all about, let's just blame the Democrats for everything. What are your party solutions then? Y'all have no solutions. You're proving it right now that your party don't have any solutions. What are you going to do, people that's struggling? You're just going to keep them out here so they can work to death? What are you talking about? You keep talking about all these things that's hurting us, but what is your solution for it? You just can't snap your finger and shit get fixed. It doesn't work like that, Candace Owens. If people are struggling and you take away welfare, then what? Well, they gotta go out and get jobs. What if they only they can't get jobs because they got kids? And you see the damage that you said that welfare has done, right? The fathers is not there. So who's gonna watch these kids? Who's going to keep an eye on these kids? You have no solutions. You're just talking about what the problem is. I'm so sick of fucking Republicans talking about all the problems that we got, but they don't have no fucking solutions for anything. And then the solutions that they do have actually hurts us more. Let's move on, man.
It's because they're getting free handouts. And it's incredibly racist, first and foremost, but because Black Americans are still, a lot of Black Americans, I should say, are still living under this deception that Lyndon Baines Johnson was a good president, even though he was an avowed racist. I mean, he hated Black people.
First of all, if we're going to say that, number one, we're going to say, let's just say what she's saying is true. And she ain't lying about that. Fine. Then why are you always keep pushing the racist white forefathers and black people face and act like they was a savior to the country or some shit? They owned slaves, but you pushed them like they some American heroes. They wasn't heroes to black people. So what are you talking about? You're naming this one president, and I get he was a racist, right? He was not even in the closet racist, but he was out there, but he was holding back on his racism a little bit. Okay, Candace Owens, I agree. We agree. But why if we gonna say that about him, let's say that about every last one of them. Lincoln, all of them. They all was racist. Every president since Lyndon Johnson was all racist. That we know. We know they all was racist. Even the Kennedys. Like, I mean, please stop. I'm just trying to nitpick. They all was fucking racist. They all was fucking racist, people. And she's sitting there and she's around trying to pretend, oh, Lyndon Johnson was a racist. He did this to black people. So before Lyndon Johnson, the president, when he was the president, it was no other president that did any harm to black folks. So what happened? Who was the president at the time? Tuscaloosa happened. Black Wall Street happened. That fucked black people up. That fucked us up for some generations. So come on, Candace Owens, stop the nonsense. But mind you, everybody on this panel is supposed to be highly educated and have some type of fucking common sense and smart. But nobody's pushing back on this woman for the bullshit she's saying. This is why it's not a good idea to sit down with people like Candace Owens and have her on your platform speaking this nonsense. This is why I'm upset about this shit. Nobody's pushing back on this bullshit. Yeah, she's right about what she's saying, but she's acting like he was the only one fucked us up. No, we've been fucked up for a minute. That's the whole reason the civil rights movement was even started, bitch. What is wrong with you? You forget about redlining? We had no rights then. We couldn't even vote. We was in segregation. What are you talking about? And then the whole thing is we was all good when we was segregated. Cause she gonna get into that. We was all good when we was segregated. Who told you that? We still was missing out. We still was below the barrel. What are you talking about? Oh, because black people listen, black people ain't had no fucking choice that we had to stay together. The parents probably couldn't stand each other. Our ancestors probably couldn't stand each other, but they had no choice but to stay each other. Where they was gonna go? We was segregated, bitch. Somebody making you stay with somebody. That ain't freedom, bitch. What's wrong with you? Let's move on.
Hated black people. I mean, one of the so many times. I mean, hard R referring to us as the N-word. I'll have those N-words voting Democrat for the next 200 years.
And so was Republicans back then calling black people niggers. With hard R's. You think Reagan liked black people? No, he didn't. The man did a lot of racist shit towards black people. What are you talking about, lady? She had like that. He was the only president. Listen. See, this is why you don't have people like this on there with nobody pushing back. People, Lyndon Johnson couldn't have got none of that shit passed without some of them Republicans. Go back and look at the times. If you know how Congress worked, you need Congress to pass these bills. He couldn't just snap his fingers and get it done himself. He couldn't do that. So who was all on board? Was it just only the Democrats? Fuck no. She make it seem like it's so easy for the president just to pass shit. It's not. Look at Biden now. He can't pass shit. We still had the same structure of how to pass policies and bills that we had when Lyndon Johnson and any other president had. You got to go through Congress. So all the Democrats at the time was the only racist people. If the Republicans wasn't racist back then. Come on now, stop it. Oh my God. Oh, this lady, she's just idiotic, man. Let's move on.
And this man is being hailed as a hero because he had to sign the Civil Rights Act, essentially with a figurative gun to his head because the country was...
So what? You don't call George Washington them racist. You call, they were slave owners, but they did do this and they did do that. You make excuses for racists. But now as a Democrat and you're a Republican, all of a sudden he was a racist. All of them was racist, Candace Owens. Your party right now is a bunch of racists. You don't say nothing about that. We know the game. Bitch, I know the game you playing. You know black people don't know that much about politics like that, so you're just saying shit. And it's no disrespect to our people, but a lot of us don't pay attention to this shit. We don't pay attention to politics. We don't even, a lot of us don't even know how a lot of bills get passed. What is the percentage of a bill getting passed? And it's not saying we stupid and ignorant. We're not educated. We don't pay attention to this shit. So she can just sit up there and say all this shit like everything was, Democrats was bad back then. At the Civil Rights, they was bad. It was horrible. But the Republicans was good ever since then. The Republican Party. At the time, my people, because I told you the party switched. At the time, the Republican Party, the modern day Republican Party you see, was the Dixiecrats back then. They did not want to pass the Civil Rights Act. Just to let y'all know. That's why you see them all the time, even now in the modern day, our time, that they want to get rid of the Civil Rights Act. What do y'all think that is? That was a part of the Civil Rights movement, the policy bill that got passed. They was always against it, and they still are against it. Why you think they keep telling people, black people, racism not, they had Tim Scott and a whole bunch of racists. We're not a racist country. We have never been a racist country. What the fuck do you call slavery? And I don't care that other countries did it. What do you call slavery? You think they didn't call black people niggers back then? What the fuck is she talking about? I can't believe this shit. Listen, the bad part of, the crazy part about this whole shit is that I can't believe that Charlemagne the God and Jess Hilarious and DJ Envy is sitting there not pushing back on this bitch. I know she talk fast. I get that. You need to stop. Cut. Hey, no. Come on, man. Let's move on, man. Unbelievable.
The country was on fire. JFK had just died, and there were riots in the streets protesting because of racism, and he did not want to sign it, but he did. And
first of all, the country was on fire even before that. The country was on fire before even Martin Luther King died. Because they were fighting for our rights. Black people. Okay? So the country was already on fire. Then they killed Martin Luther King. The country got even more on fire. Then they killed JF Kennedy. And then the country was really done lost their damn mind. They didn't lose their whole entire mind when the black man died. But when JF Kennedy died, all of a sudden the country's on fire. Oh my God. No, the country been on fire. I told you, the country was always built on white people is better than black people. Candace Owens, for some odd reason, still in 2024, still don't see that. Or she see it and she just ignoring it because she getting paid to ignore it. So now she's running over to black people, trying to get interviews, talking about I'm having the blackest week ever. Let's move on, man.
their handy signed the Great Society Act and incentivized welfareism and, programs to incentivize not marrying black men. To think that we had government agents knocking on the door, going into the homes of black women and being like, there better not be a man that lives here. We're just here to check to make sure if you want this check, dad can't be home. Every other ill that black America is facing today is because we've removed fathers from the home. So
let me just say this as well. That's why you got poor white people too. They was going to white poor people houses too. Not as much as they did the black people, but they was doing it to the white folks. What you talking about, Candace? That shit ain't just affect us. It affected everybody. This is what I be talking about, these fake ass pro-black people. I don't even like that she speak on us. Cause she don't tell the whole truth. Tell the whole truth. And they keep bringing up Martin Luther King. Let me explain the civil rights era. Listen, the civil rights era was never just for black people. I need y'all to understand that. The shit got passed in the language that was in it, and it came from the civil rights activists to where women get the freedom. Candace Owens wouldn't even be able to be on a platform. She wouldn't even be able to be with that white man that she with if it wasn't for the Civil Rights Act and the Civil Rights era. All the little luxury shit that we all, as black people, have a little, we didn't have. We wouldn't have had if it wasn't for the Civil Rights era. So she can call Lyndon Johnson a racist all she want. I don't give a fuck. As long as he passed that shit. I don't give a fuck if the world was on, the country was on fire. I don't care. The fuck is wrong with you? You give no credit for shit that your party now did not help us do in the last 60 years. They didn't help us do shit. They didn't help black people. We are in this position, and if we want to be very honest about it, and I'm not a Democrat, we can give credit to the Democrats for even the place that we are all in, regardless if we disagree on the Democrats or not. The Republican Party did not help us at all. They have name a policy. You can't name one. Through the last 60 to 70, they have did shit. And I'm not saying the Democrats is great, but a lot of the progress that where we are at, right? Some of the progress that where we are at, right? Is because of the Democrat Party. It's nothing her party has done. They was against every fucking thing. Listen, I always tell people, the gay right bill, the gays to get married, that didn't just help white people, that helped black gay people. They still our brothers and sisters regardless if they gay or not. I don't give a fuck. They still our brothers and sisters. Like I told y'all, it ain't never been a bill ever that have been passed for only black people. Now, they have passed bills to hurt black people, but they have never passed a bill that was only for black people. Neither side, not the left or the right, have never passed a bill for us. Say it was a black bill. This is for black people only. Nobody else benefits from it other than black folks. It has never happened in the history of America. Even when they abolished slavery, they still had to give the slave owners, they gave them reparations. They didn't give us shit. We had to pay them. The government, Lincoln and all them, had to pay them to not keep us slaves anymore. Think about that. So, come on. Even when Lincoln and them did the whole war, the whole Civil War was, we still didn't get shit out of that other than we wasn't slaves. That's it. But white people still got something out of it. And then other races of people that came over here, they couldn't, you know, the white people couldn't enslave them. So it didn't just help us. It was never a specific bill and policy that says this is only for black people. Get that out your head, black people. The only bill that be just for us is a straight up bill and policy is for reparations only for blacks. That's the only time you're gonna get some shit like that, and I don't believe we gonna see that in my lifetime. Come on, stop the shit.
So I am like a big, I use my platform to talk about men a lot and the need for male leadership, everything that is so harmful, this, Me Too, false feminism, all of this crap. It's anti-man, and it's anti-man for a reason, because a society.
First of all, listen, she's lying. At the end of the day, if you are a father, see, bitch, don't be speaking for men. You're not a man. Number one, that's number one. You're not a man. Then number two, don't be speaking for us. This is what I mean. I'm a father, bitch. If my daughter was to get married, I got god kids and nieces and nephews, some dude disrespecting and being a male chauvinist towards one of my nieces and nephews or god kids or little cousins, girl cousins or something. Nigga, we gonna have a motherfucking problem. I don't give a fuck about this bullshit she talking about. Anti-man. It ain't anti-man. It's show some fucking respect to a woman. Them old back in the day, male chauvinist old ass days back in the day, how men used to treat women. Get the fuck out of here with that. You don't want nobody disrespecting your mama in front of you. It could be your daddy. Watch your mouth how you talking to my mama, man. Please, Candace, listen. I ain't all with the... Listen, I told you, we have a lot of good shit. But sometimes people that are bad can infiltrate good shit and make it bad. You can turn anything good bad. Shit, you can turn something bad and turn it good. That's how the world works. That's society, bitch. That's life. Yeah, do the feminist group shit. I don't fuck with that shit too much, but I do understand some of the things. It's not all bad, but majority of that shit, they go too far. Listen, you can't take away, and this is one thing about the feminist group that I don't like. You cannot take away a man approaching you. Now, do men need to know how to act when they approaching women and, spit some game or whatever? Yes, we got to be better at that. But when you're telling a man that they can't approach you, can't touch you on the shoulder, hey, how you doing, man? How you doing? How you doing, baby? If you telling us we can't do that, then come on, fuck out of here with that. The flirting thing goes away. And that's why a lot of women are dykes. Some women are dykes. I swear to you. And they disrespect the men. Fuck out of here with that shit. Listen, is all the feminist shit good? No, some of it is. You gotta learn how to respect people. Listen, even when men be at work and shit, you can have a conversation to yourselves, your little buddies or whatever, man, but if you start being disrespectful and saying shit to women at work, like, yo, you weird as fuck anyway. Yo, I don't understand that shit. Yes, has the feminist movement turned a little anti-man a little bit? Yeah, they go too far. But to say that it doesn't help anything, yeah, it does. It check some male chauvinist men to check yourself. Watch your mouth when you talking to a fucking woman. It's like if I see a dude disrespecting my daughter, nigga, are you crazy? I'm gonna sit there and be like, oh, you're a man. What? Hey, man, watch your mouth when you talking to my daughter, man.
Society cannot survive without strong men. A household cannot survive without strong men. We need strong men to lead homes. And so the fracturing.
What is a
of the
strong
black
man to you? To lead the home how, Candace Owens? Lead the household how? Because we don't live back in those days. They don't even want to pay men now that's just barely keeping their head above water. They don't even want to pay them money. What are you talking about? Need strong men or what? One man in a household cannot pay all his bills unless he has a great fucking job. And he barely be, listen, the way shit is, what are you talking about? Listen, think about what she's saying. The economy grows, people. If the economy grows, then the corporations make money. But if your wages don't go up, the corporations still, their wages go up, they get more money, but you still stay there. But you the man, though. You're a man still struggling. Shit going up, a lot of stuff going up. Taxes go up for you, but the rich. But you can't get the push to get there. But you home, you in a household with three or four children and a wife. But your salary doesn't go up. You at this job 10 hours a day and you barely can pay your bills. You know how much stress that is on a man? So what are you going to do? Just get these men back in the house. Okay, cool. What are you going to do economically wise? Is the corporation going to start paying them more money? No, Candace Owens, your party's against that. A man wants to get a union, be a part of a union. No, your party is against a union. What are you talking about? You know what your party want? Man in the house, rule his family, rule his woman, disrespect her, be a male chauvinist. You cook clean, make baby. And then when the kids get older, they come out and they gonna get in the job field with me, regardless if they're a girl or a boy. So the woman just stay home. Listen, people. I've been in a relationship for a long goddamn time, people, over 20-something years. Let me explain something to you how life really works in days time. Not this male chauvinist bullshit that she's on, this going to the prairie type of bullshit. This outfit she got on is weird anyway, but anyway. It's not some of the shit that I do around this house that my wife can't do. Some of that shit is just a man's job. And she don't need to do it. If it's my job to do this type of shit, it's my job to do it. Certain shit my wife do, certain shit she handles. That's what she does. We understand. We have a understanding of that. But don't get it twisted. It's not like my wife can't do it. But does it help that she doesn't have to do it when she got certain other things on her plate? Does it help me that she does some of the things that I can do, but she does? It takes pressure off of me so I can focus on doing what I can do, doing what I do. That's a relationship, bitch. Candace Owens. This is not no back in the house in the prairie shit. Where all the men was stressed the fuck out because they had to go to these bullshit ass jobs and shit like that. No, sometimes your wife gonna need to help out financially. That happens. Just like some men is gonna have to help out in the house. It happens. That's where we are. We not trying to go backwards, bitch. And it ain't our fault that we got crazy people out here in this country that don't understand that. That ain't a black thing. That's just a man and a woman thing right now. Women don't appreciate men, and men damn sure don't appreciate women. And we just don't. Not like we supposed to. I'm not trying to hear this bullshit. Man lead the household. Listen, me and my wife stand side by side. We both lead this motherfucker. We both lead. I need a partner. Listen, I don't need nobody to serve me. Nigga, I can cook for my motherfucking self. I'm a picky eater anyway, so nigga, I ate. But I appreciate that she does do it. Some of the times, hey, get the fuck out of here, man. Shit, I had to remind myself to tell my wife how much I appreciate her. Because I'm so focused on going out getting it paper. And not saying, hey, babe, you know, I appreciate what you do. You know what I mean? You take care of us. You know what I'm saying? Her job, to me, is more important because she's home, homeschooling my daughter, taking care of the house, making sure she's straight. And I know she can protect herself. Listen, I tell motherfuckers it's different for certain people, but I'm in a position that where, nigga, I work so we can do certain shit. Yeah, we can our bills gonna get paid. That ain't nothing to worry about. We ain't worrying about that. Our bills gonna get paid. We don't live out our means and none of that shit. But I go to work so I can take care of little stuff that we would like to do. Go on certain vacations and shit like that. That's what I kind of work for, and to got the house too. Okay, and I like what I do, and this is a job that where I can be home more, spend some time with my daughter, spend some time with my wife. Everybody ain't don't have the luxury to do that, but I do. So with this shit that Candace Owens is talking about, you're talking about people that are poor, or even more less fortunate than me. Right? Don't have the finances or in a situation that I am to tell them all you need is a man to lead their house. Okay. You will never, listen, you won't even reach suburban women with that bullshit. You think that's all a housewife is? That's not even a definition of a housewife, to just obey her man and do the house shit. Come on, man. Man, you know some women that don't know how to build shit. Because they ain't never been taught. My wife told me all the time, she said, I could have put that together, but I'm the supervisor. Okay, cool. Defeat a man's ego in the way. My wife could probably put that shit together. Probably take her longer, though. You could feel me? Honestly. But when we work together, we get the shit done faster. You see what I'm saying here? Because I got a partner. Separately, yeah, we could probably put whatever we build and put it together by ourselves. We probably can. But if we together, it won't take us that long. We doing it together, it won't take us that long. That's how life is, Candace. This ain't this back in the prairie shit, bitch. Before black people ain't had rights and shit like that. Bitch, you crazy. Nigga, first of all, I wouldn't even think of going back to disrespect my wife if I could to do that. Nigga, I would never do that. You had to lock me up. Lock me up, nigga. I'm not talking to my wife like that and say, you better do this and you going to do this. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. Because first of all, I don't want my wife talking to me like that. So why would I want her to talk to me like that?
Of the black family, I think, was the test. Like, like we were the mice in the experiment. Like, let's see how that goes. And now they're kind of doing that writ large. And I hate feminism so much. I can't even tell you, because what it's about is it's just an attack on men.
I told y'all. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. It's a pet peeve of mine, but it's actually real. I don't like people that say they hate stuff. That already let me know that you don't have any type of humanity in the way. And I know sometimes it's just part of some people's vocabulary, but at a certain point, you gotta know. Keep saying you hate. I hate feminists. I don't hate feminist people. I don't like everything they do. I don't like some of the narratives they push, but I don't hate them. Why would I hate them? I don't hate a fucking racist. I just don't like what they do. I don't like what they stand for. But I don't hate nobody. Why you keep saying you hate people? This is why I keep saying she can't represent somebody with hate in your heart. You can't represent something. You can't move a movement with hate in your heart. I learned that from this guy, Martin Luther King. You can't push a movement if you hate stuff. I learned that from Malcolm X. Come on, man.
Man.
Oh, you just said a lot, Candace. Let's talk about some of these things. Now, you said a lot. Now with the politicians, right? With whether it's Lyndon B. Johnson.
Yeah, she said a lot, and you're supposed to cut her ass off. You just let her ramble on about nonsense. Let me explain something to you about Candace Owens. Candace Owens grew up in a black home, right? And she grew up around a lot of white folks outside her family, right? What happens is that no black people didn't do shit to her, right? It's like Tim Scott. You watch the Tim Scotts, even the Nikki Hill. No black people did shit to you. Black people actually helped you. Them white people took their black spirit away from them. And when they finally made it, and they said, oh, this how I gotta work. This how I gotta make it. I gotta kiss some ass. I gotta be a sellout. And they ran with it. And so them racist white people that they serve, made them go out and shit on black folks. And so now she's a coward, right? And so now her only job is to talk about how bad black people are doing. Regardless of what Barack Obama didn't do for black people like we hoped he would do or whatever, right? I'm proud of Barack. I'm happy. That man is a very intelligent man. Got a beautiful family. He accomplished a lot in his life. But I don't hate Barack. I'm not even mad at Barack because I understand politics. I understand how this shit works. Am I a little upset at him? Yeah. But I ain't mad at him. She won't big up our own people. I don't fuck with Al Sharpton like that. But I respect Al. He our elders. He come from the civil rights era. He did a lot of good shit. Now he did some shit that we not particularly like, and how he turned out now. But you can't say the man's all bad. See, that's what black unity is. We understand each other's faults, but we still have to give each other some type of credit. That's why I can't hate Candace Owens. Listen, Candace Owens did what she had to do. But at the same time, don't act like I gotta like it. I have to understand why you doing what you doing. I don't. You notice why none of those motherfuckers talk about the Black Panthers? Because the Black Panthers was about our people. The way Candace Owens talk about, you would think she was doing everything in her power, in the position that she in, doing everything that she can do to help black people. She doesn't do that. But the Black Panthers did. And they was pro-black and they was about our people. But they don't get no credit. You listen to Candace Owens and them, they was terrorists. They didn't help black people. They was hurting black people. You know what the Black Panthers did and what they did back in the day that people don't talk about? They used to get the money from the government, that same welfare shit you talk about, and they opened up resources in our community to feed our people. That's what they did. They don't talk about the good shit that the Black Panthers did. They fed thousands of our people in different parts of the country. Went in our communities and fed our people. With them same welfare shit that she's talking about, took some of them programs that they had and brought them back to our people and fed our people. But she don't talk about that. It's always to talk about the negative shit about our people. You know how many black young folks made it from the hood and doing okay? You know how many black kids that's in fucking college right now? She don't talk about that. Candace Owens don't go to those colleges. She don't go to HBCUs. She's not welcome there. She's not welcome there. Because you can't sit in front of a whole black crowd of people and just disrespect them and tear them down. You ain't trying to build their confidence up. You trying to brainwash them to say, don't fuck with that side. Come over here and fuck with my masters. Get off of that plantation. This plantation over here a little better. See, look at me. That's all she's doing. That's all she's been doing.
Johnson, Trump, Biden. I think people are able to ignore a lot of their BS as long as they can get something done.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like. So that's why I don't even like to talk about the person. I like to talk about the policy. So what is the difference between traditional conservatives and MAGA?
Well, I would say between traditional conservatives and MAGA.
Yeah, like before what the Conservative Party was before MAGA and what it is now.
Yeah, so I think what you're describing is that there was this fracture in the conservative movement because people realized that when he was referring to the swamp, what he meant was it didn't actually matter if you were on the left or the right. They were all working together in D.C. and selling out all of America. I mean, there is no...
And Donald Trump does the same thing. MAGA is no different than the Democrat Party or the fucking Republicans. The conservative Republicans. What are you talking about, Candace Owens? Candace Owens... Are you serious? The deep state. Listen. They can't even explain the deep state really like that. Listen, let me just explain what the deep state is. Okay? It's what black people been saying. We said that it's always a conspiracy when it comes to the justice system and the government, or how we get treated in this country. It's always something against us. We get treated differently. All the MAGA and what she's saying is what the government claim that they're doing is against MAGA. They stole our shit. Remember, they used to call our shit conspiracy theories. Black people overdoing it. We you know, that's not true. That's not what's happening. Maybe y'all playing victim. Mind you, they used the same methods, which our shit was true, right? Because we come to find out a lot of shit that we were saying was true. They took our methods, and reversed it on us. Because it ain't really about liberals. It's about black people, because we know a lot of black people side liberal. We actually more liberals than we are Republicans or conservatives, as you want to say. We vote this way on the left. That's all that's about. And the one thing that the Republican Party hates about the Democrats, right? I'm saying hate because they really truly feel this way. They actually hate. They hate that when they look over there in that party, regardless, listen, we can say whatever we want to say about the Democrat Party. I'm not a Democrat. But when I look over at the Democrat Party, I see everybody. I see everybody. When you look at the Democrat Party, that's really America. You look at the Republican Party, that looks like back before civil rights era. A bunch of racists. These are facts. Look at it. Go at the Trump rallies. Go at the mega rallies or whatever, the Klan rallies. Go at them. You don't see a whole bunch of black people. They got a little section for and they call them the black Trump supporters. Why they ain't just Trump supporters? See, as a Democrat strategist, you know what I would do if I was Biden? I say, look, ain't no more black voters. Ain't no more Hispanic voters. Ain't no more white voters. Chinese voters, Muslim voters. There's no more of that over here. We are Americans. This is the American voters. That's how you go against their racist shit that they're doing over there. Look at our party and look at theirs. We don't see, if you want to talk about not seeing color, we don't see no color. They all us. But the thing that you got to respect about the Democrat Party, at least they admit that they see race. That party trying to pretend that they don't see any race. That's what irritates all the other different race bases. Different races or bases of people. Niggas like, what the fuck? So, racism don't matter. So people just doing shit because they're just evil. Nah. We know people do evil shit because of the color of people's skin or because of their sexuality and shit like that. We know that. That is not true. That's where they lose everybody at. That's why the Republican Party's got to steal, gerrymander, and lie. Because they can't get the minority votes or the black votes like they think they can. They know this. That's why they use people like Candace Owens. And you see some of the Latino brothers and sisters, they use them. Have them out in the forefront. No, you need to come over here. We good over here. We accept everybody. No, they don't. No, they don't. You're going to lose black people that really know about history and know about racism and know what racism is, right? You're going to know. We're going to know when we hear some bullshit. When you got policies and you're telling us, hey, ain't no more racism. Nigga, what? What universe you from? Where you don't see racism at? Matter of fact, I need to go over there where they at to see where some racism not happening at. And then when you get over that bitch, you'll find out everybody over that bitch is racist on that side. Ain't nothing but a bunch of racists on that side. It always been like that since the flip of the parties. Not saying there ain't been no racist shit going on in the Democrat Party, but all the racists went right. These are facts. They can sit there and lie and pretend our party ain't racist. Look at Tim Scott. Tim, listen, if you know anything about history, house niggas always been house niggas. You can talk about the Latino votes and all that. Listen, some of the Mexicans and the Latino brothers and sisters, some of y'all don't like black people anyway. So we understand I understand when I see Latino brothers and sisters and Mexican brothers and sisters siding with the Republican racist party. They're racist their damn self. They don't like black people like that. Not saying all of them, I'm just saying a lot. Nice little percentage. Can't fool me with that shit. Let's move on, people. Let's go to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. All right, people, we're back from quick commercial break. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button so you guys get the live streams when we go live, people. And if you can donate to the channel, go to OBF The Real Cash App and donate to the channel, people. We highly appreciate it. Need more information to subscribe and donate to the channel. It's down there scrolling below, people. Make sure you guys share the videos, people. We got to share the videos, man, to bring more viewers in, okay? Bring more subscribers in. And hit that like button because that helps as well, all right? We appreciate it.
There is no reason why you go to DC and become a multimillionaire. You're supposed to be there to serve the American people. You're there taking our tax dollars. So what was happening was...
First of all, partly she right and partly she wrong. Listen, if I ran for some type of politician position, it's not a non-profit. You're asking these people to go work for you, so you have to pay them. What are you talking about, lady? So that's number one. Now, the part that she's right about is that it's no way that some of them come in there and they have never been a millionaire a day in their life, and somehow, some way, they come out to be a millionaire, be millionaires, the Nancy Pelosi's of the world. But understand, if you understand Nancy Pelosi and some of their backgrounds, a lot of them already come from a little money, right? But then number two, like the AOCs and the Bernie Sanders, a lot of them made money outside of being politicians, but it comes with them being a little famous because they politicians. I don't have a problem with that because they have to make money. They have to make money. You're not sending. They're not going there. That's not a non-profit situation where they go and work for free. Shit, even in a non-profit shit, you still getting paid. The problem with them is that they make money off of dark money. They make money off of Wall Street. That's my issue. They get paid by the corporations as well. That's the problem. It's not about them making millions of dollars. If they just make it just because they in Congress and they getting paid a salary, I had no fucking problem with that. Because even in a non-profit thing, you still got to get paid. You still got to pay people. Fuck out of here. You can't say you totally got a problem with them making money when you say you're a capitalist. That's a capitalist. People got to make money. Now, has people lost their way? Yeah. Let me ask y'all a question. Have you ever heard about Barack Obama, all the money he make? You don't hear about it because the simple fact, it really doesn't matter. Because on one hand, he made a lot of his money outside of being a politician. Well, because he was a politician, you know, the outside money, not the salary he was getting. He made more money his fame of being the president and being a politician than the salary that he gets. Okay? And then like number two, a lot of the money that the corporations give him, that should go for like campaigns and shit like that. A lot of that money goes to that. A lot of the problem is that we need to really, really focus on why a lot of them we got these people like Nancy Pelosi and them making money off the stock markets. Because they have all the information. They know all the information about the stock market, if it's going to crash or not. Because they have to know that. So I'm going to be very honest about this. They should be getting spied on all the time. I'm being dead honest about that. Y'all seen what happened to Martha Stewart? You think Martha Stewart was the only person that got caught doing some shit like that? No. People with Nancy Pelosi, all of them does the same shit that what's the name got caught on? Martha Stewart got caught on. Only thing is that they didn't get caught. They covered themselves. Because they have access and they know how to do it without getting caught. That's all. Nobody's policing them in a way. They're policing themselves. It's just like the police department. They're policing themselves. So why you think nothing is happening to them really? Here and there, some people, they get arrested, get caught, whatever. But listen, it'll be a lot of cops going to jail if they wasn't policing themselves. And it's like the politicians. Some of them get caught, a lot of them don't. A lot of them will be in jail too. A lot of them will get caught too if they wasn't policing themselves. It's like the Supreme Court. Just look at them. They know damn well that they don't supposed to be being involved in, if they're going to take up a case, they don't know they don't supposed to be a part of that because they have some type of interest in it. But they do it anyway. But there's nobody policing them. And I'm being real honest about this. If I'm Congress, because they don't want to do that, because then what happens is that now they're going to have to get outside. They're going to get policed for the shit that they do. That's why they ain't went at the Supreme Court the way they did. All of them are up there being crooked. And it ain't just Democrats. It's Trump too. Trump is using his position to try to get off on a lot of shit. Look at the shit that's happening down there in Florida with that case. He put that judge there. She's a Trump supporter. That woman shouldn't be able to take that case. Honestly. And I told y'all, I said this shit yesterday. If people in them judges and shit, they should not be able to vote. Honestly. They vote, they should not be able to vote. I don't think politicians should be able to vote. I don't think that police officers should be able to vote. Firefighters. Listen, you work in any type of power like that, you should not be, CEOs, they should not be able to vote. Church people. If you go into a church and your church ain't paying no taxes, sorry, you can't vote. People out can you discriminate? Listen, that shit ain't fair, but now these people are coming out trying to pass policies and put all these millions of dollars up. And mind you, a lot of these millions of dollars come and their church ain't paying no taxes. They got PACs and shit because they ain't paying taxes. People don't want to talk about that. Why do you think the evangelicals got so much power? Because they don't pay no taxes. If they was paying taxes, they wouldn't have no fucking power. Let's think about that. Come on now. Just being honest. Let's move on.
Was these lobbying interests, like, you know, big pharma goes down and they lobby and they'll offer money to a candidate to go push a drug.
And let me say this: pharmaceutical companies, all of them guys, gun people, NRA, all of them, they shouldn't be able to vote. Let me just say this though. I guarantee you this. Hopefully it happens, but I highly doubt it. If you took away the electoral college and you said, hey, for 3 days, other than the workers that got to work in these voting places and shit, right? Nobody got to work for 3 days, right? And, you know, unless you overseeing the shit or whatever, right? But they get to vote a day before. Right? All those people. If you set it up where everybody can vote that's qualified to vote, people, we will live in a better country. Honestly. It's not it's not as many as horrible people in this country as you think. Yeah, it's some people in this country that are fucked up. Right? A couple of millions. Right? But it ain't a lot. Because if you put all the issues on the floor and everybody can pay attention, Republicans will never win an election. They wouldn't never win. You don't gerrymander. You just let everybody vote. Everybody votes tally up. Ain't because, oh, this, they got this over. No. You put everything up. Listen, Republicans wouldn't, a lot of these red states wouldn't be red. I'm telling y'all that. Shit, a lot of the blue states wouldn't even be blue. But it wouldn't, the Republicans wouldn't win a lot of these seats. They just wouldn't. They want restrictions, they want a gerrymander and shit like that because they know they can't win elections. They had electoral college in there, they love that shit. It's because of the simple fact that it helps them. Listen, and believe it or not, it actually helps Democrats. A lot of that shit. Because they gerrymander too, they do all that fuck shit, but they just combating and going against them. But you'll see a lot of them wouldn't win. Because it's a straight up election. In any state. Fuck all that other extra shit. Everybody under the same rules. We do everything under the same rules. No matter what election it is, the Republican Party would never win. They know that. That's why I always told y'all, we don't live in a real true democracy. At the end of the day, we truly don't. The Nancy Pelosi's, all them in the work, they wouldn't even be in office, bro. Chuck Schumer, man, they fuck up out of here. Get them up out of here, man. Some of them, yeah. Mitch McConnell, get out of here, man. Trying to tell y'all. They would never win a fucking election like that. They wouldn't have as much control as they do. It ain't a lot. Listen, people, it's not a lot of bad people in this country like you think it is. It's just the way our system is set up is that these people that are bad people have voices and they got power and they got money. And they're buying politicians. They're buying elections. Because if you really let the American people really, really vote, a lot of this shit wouldn't even be going on. We wouldn't even be having so many discussions. Listen, I guarantee you will see a lot more white people leave the country than black people. Just telling y'all. Listen, like I said, and before we move on, when it comes to the border shit, listen, my honest opinion, people might not like what I'm getting ready to say, because I told y'all, I got some conservative shit of how I am. Listen, I don't want no, if you're not an American citizen, I don't need you roaming around the country. I believe that we should have a certain spot for them going through the right process. Well, y'all just in one spot. You can't be just moving around, living in different cities and shit like that, taking up space and taking up jobs and shit like that. No. Until you get freedom to do that, no. And I don't mind making sure you get fed, get ate, be with your kids and all that. I'm okay with that and live in a good space. I'm okay with that. I want to make sure you live in a good space. No. You shouldn't be able to move outside this country like that. I'm serious. That'll cut a lot of that bullshit off. We wouldn't even having no discussions about no border. And I'm telling, and I'm strict about this shit. If we find out that you come through the country illegally, you never can come back here again. Never. Sorry. Go through the right process. And if you don't go through that, then hey, you would never come back here. And if we catch your ass coming back here again and we catch you, oh, we're going to lock your ass up. It's life. Sorry. It's life. The first time, you kick your ass out, you gone forever. Don't come back here. You come back here again, we catch your ass again, it's life in prison. See, I listen, you can cut a lot of that dumb shit out and make people do the right thing. Make an example of a couple of motherfuckers, and then a lot of that bullshit will stop. I don't give a fuck how much drugs you get caught with. I don't care. You come over here illegally, and we catch you over here illegally, your ass is gone forever. Go through the right process. You can stop a lot of that shit. They just choose not to because the chaos is okay. People, you know, you can't just lock people up like that. First of all, listen, if we make better, if they come over here and we build a gate around them or put them, have a certain part of the country, right? And a certain part where everybody get treated okay, right? We take care of them, we feed them, clothe them. They live like human beings, right? And they're waiting on that process. Okay? Now, if we do that, there ain't nothing wrong with that. Well, you're locking them up in cages. Listen, they don't belong over here. They don't belong over here. I don't care. Listen, humanity is humanity. But at a certain point, you got to like, hey, all right, cool. We get that. We understand that. But hey, you coming over here to be come the right way. But we can't have you rolling amongst the people. We don't know who the fuck you really truly are. People act like, you know, it's inhumane. It's not. You just can't be going over in other countries and just stay your own welcome because the United States made you, you know, run from them or some shit like that. We can't do that shit. And like I said, listen, other than us and maybe some of the European countries, we're the only country that these immigrants run to first. These motherfuckers come from millions of miles away. You stay over your visa, you out. I stand on that shit. People like, you going hard, kid? No, I'm not. Because we making it fair. Because if people come the right way and they go through the process, why are we okay with people violating their visas and shit like that? Why people think they can just come over here and just pop up in the country and then all of a sudden we got to give them a pass because we hearing they stories. And I'm going to call it sob stories, but they got real true stories. But that don't mean nothing. They didn't go the right way. So we just supposed to ignore that shit and we make it very hard for the people that's trying to get in here. But these motherfuckers, we got to feel sorry for them. Nah, bro, you know the law. You know our policies. No, we're not doing that shit no more. It's a way you can clean this shit up very quickly. It's not hard to do it. Sorry to people out there that I guess you thought that I was going to be sympathized to immigrants. Listen, I do have sympathy for them. But no, I'm more conservative in that way. No, you have to shut that shit down. Because you got to understand that the times that we in, all the Republicans got to do is keep rallying all over, oh my God, we got a crisis going on at the border. That's all they want to say. Okay, we can stop that. We can stop all that bullshit, all that whining and crying, you know. Okay, cool. Let's do this. Don't tell me it's inhumane. We're going to take care of them when they trying to come over here. But they can't, listen. And nigga, listen. National Guards ran that shit. Border Patrol, nigga. Hey, man. None of that shit happening. And if we find out any Border Patrol or some type of motherfucker that help people do it, oh, you going to jail. You going to jail. You going to jail. We help you try to help them get out and roam out. You going to jail. If we find out about it, you going to jail. And we putting 25 years on that. You're a traitor. You want to do 25 or what? That's up to you. It's easy to fix a lot of shit. They just don't want to fix it. Let's move on.
Like the COVID vaccine, or they'll lobby for war. It's like, biggest lobby, of course, military-industrial complex. So we're all suffering. You're going to work because these lobbyists are getting their incentives done by buying out these politicians. And so Trump kind of hit the scene.
Let me say this, and I'm going to be very quick on it. Stop talking about vaccines. Vaccines have been helping people for generations. Okay, in this country. I'm not saying they didn't use black people as guinea pigs. We all know that. But let's stop saying that. Okay? Like I said, you can't go in another fucking country. I'm telling you, when you try to go over to like Africa or go somewhere else, nigga, you gotta get a vaccine before you go over there. That's just the law of the land. Or other lands. You can't go over in Africa, nigga, and not take no measles shots and all other shots they got. Even military, they gotta take shots. You ain't heard nothing about, oh, they took all these shots and these people died because of them shots. Or these vaccines. That's bullshit. And I need people to stop believing in this nonsense, anti-vaccines. Stop. They help. And listen, and if you understand anything about medicine, everybody's, sometimes some people gonna have different side effects to shit. It's just, that's any medicine. No medicine is perfect. Nothing in the world is perfect. What they're trying to pretend like everything is gonna be perfect. It's not. Nothing is perfect. Let's move on.
The scene as somebody who wasn't bought and paid for because he didn't need their money. He wasn't like a random congressman going to DC with no money. And he just started talking
First
about...
of all, Donald Trump did need their money. Listen, people don't want me to say this, but it's going to get said. When Bernie ran, he got PAC money. It may not have been a corporation PAC money, but it was union money, donations and shit like that. And that's cool. I like that. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't act like Donald Trump didn't get PAC money. Please stop. He didn't take money from corporations. You are a liar. And we all know that Trump didn't put up his money to run for president. That is a lie. These are all lies that she's saying. Oh, look at all the motherfucking money that he's getting. Mind you, Trump is running off of super PACs from the RNC. They took over the RNC. Where you think that money coming from, Candace? So you can't say that anymore. Trump is running off of those PAC monies. Them same corporations, them same people that you said they own this, they own that. That's bullshit. Trump was taking money from the NRA. What are you talking about? Stop lying to people. Let's move on.
Talking about the swamp, like it's not even Republican or Democrat, and I want people to wake up to that, because I'm not here like ride or die for Republicans. They all sell us out. Like the stuff that they did during COVID is criminal. It's criminal. And
Who was found on that?
I mean, just the free handouts. First off, trillions of dollars you're signing these omnibus bills. If you read into it,
First of all, it's criminal. The country was shut down. People was hurting. Even when people started going back to work, they still needed, they lost a lot. What are you talking about? It's criminal. You know the crazy part about it? These are the same people when them PP loans and all that shit was coming out, they was taking the money. Candace Owens, I guarantee you took some of that money. Because her business was going under. Let me say this too as well. People want to sit there and they want to talk about that time. Let me just say something like this. People was dying, people. We'd have lost more people if we ain't shut down the country. And I ain't speaking about the world. I'm speaking about us. We'd have lost a lot more. We lost over 1 million people, and God rest their souls. My aunt was one of them. Please, stop. Listen. It was a rare time in history. That's how you know that Trump was he one of the worst presidents ever. Last time we had some shit like that was what? Like, it wasn't even a measles outbreak. You remember that? Obama got right on that. No, nothing got shut down. Obama shut that shit down. He was on top of it. Soon Trump and the conspiracy theories motherfuckers get involved. The vaccine or whatever. And Trump was vaccinated. That was the crazy shit about it. And they, excuse me, and they still out here talking that bullshit. Listen. That's why he lost, and that's why we lost so many people. Death. People died because of this idiot. And idiots like her and the rest of them, and Aaron Rodgers and Joe Rogan, all these fucking idiots. They don't care about nobody, bro. Listen, and I said this shit a long time ago. If you don't care about vaccines no more, don't ever take your ass to the hospital. Ever. You break your arm, bitch, fix it where you at. If you can let somebody fix your broken arm. And I don't give if it's surgery. Don't go nowhere. You have a pregnancy. Don't go to the doctors. You don't believe in science, bitch. That's the doc. You go to the hospital, nigga. That's all science. Don't ever go to the hospital for nothing. I mean that shit. You so against all this other shit, don't ever go to the hospital. Ever. You son of a bitches. You should never go to the hospital. Aaron Rodgers hurt. Where he go? To a specialist, a doctor. Motherfucker, don't go. Go take them dumbass vitamins or some shit that Joe Rogan gave you. Don't go there. Since you don't believe in vaccines or science, bitch. Nobody got time to be playing around with you stupid ass people. Nobody has sat around here and said science is perfect. Nobody said it. The government is, bitch, are you crazy? Don't go to the hospital. I mean that. To all the anti-vax people, you don't believe in vaccines, you don't believe in science, don't ever take your ass to the hospital for nothing. Nothing. And I mean nothing. But your dumb ass is going to go anyway. Because you know science is real. You know vaccines is real. But y'all here playing stupid. Don't ever take your dumb ass to the hospital. Ever. I mean that shit. Sick of these stupid ass people.
You read into it where that money is going. It's insane. It's literally going, to museums, boards of museums. They're quite literally money laundering is what's happening when they sign these bills. But they keep it so that the information level is so low for Americans that it's like, oh, COVID's so bad. Like, we're going to give you a
Candace Owens, you was working for a company. You ain't working there no more, and we're going to get in that later. You don't work. You was working for a company that did the same exact shit. Where you think your company is funneling money, bitch? The Daily Wire. Where you think they were funneling money? Your party don't do it? The Trump PAC, all that shit, Barker PAC. Are you crazy? Excuse me. I'm going to say this again. These bitches live in La La Land. Like I said, Candace Owens, if that's the case, then Trump should have been cleaning that shit up for 4 years. The same shit you talking about. He didn't do it. You know why he didn't do it? Because he was taking the same money of the same people that you're talking about. He was taking the same money for his Make America Great bullshit. And all his little, shit. He was taking money from them. What are you talking about? Trump didn't stop it, though. You're talking all this goofy shit. Did Trump stop it? How he stop it? Did he tell the Congress at the time that ran the country? Because they had y'all had the Congress. Y'all had all this shit. The president, you had all. Did they come up with a bill for that? I'll wait, Candace Owens. See, you talk all that shit, and you talk about Trump, but Trump was president. Why didn't he stop it? Why didn't he get them to pass policies and laws? Oh, I'm sorry, you're going to bring up the swamp again. I guarantee you, I put money on it. If Trump wins, I guarantee he doesn't pass a policy or law like that to stop all that shit. I guarantee he doesn't. Because why would he? Why would he stop it? He makes money. He get money off of it. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Jared Kushner could have waited till he got out of office and got that Saudi money. You know why he didn't do it? Because he did some fuck shit while he was in there. He got Trump in a country to look the other way. He know what he did. He know exactly what the fuck he did. You don't talk about that though. Candace Owens, please stop acting like you are that fucking bright and smart about what's going on in politics. You don't really know. You went everybody else is corrupt. The deep state, but Trump is not. Trump is doing the exact same shit that the politicians that he keeps claiming that's a deep state. He does the same shit. He gets the same money. Your party does the same shit. You do the same shit. When you was working for the Daily Wire, because you're not there no more, but when you was working with the Daily Wire, what was you thinking they doing? Where you think their money is getting traveled through? Huh? Huh, Candace? Since you won't be real, you a liar. You a fraud. You a drifter. What's up, Turner? What's up? What's up with you, bro? Come on, man. Candace Owens is a liar, man. Let's move on.
Going to give you a check that's like, $300. This basically describes welfarism, right? Like, despite the fact that there's been trillions of dollars since the establishment of welfare, Black Americans are poorer today than we were before it. People don't know this, but during the time of Jim Crow, before welfare was established in the 1950s, Black Americans were actually outpacing white Americans in this country in terms of economic growth. And the reason for that was because our families were together. We had good values. The government
First of all, that is not true. That is not true. That is not true. That is a lie. That is a myth. That is some shit the right wing makes up. Listen, that is a lie. That's basically telling black people, hey, we need to go back to not having rights. That is white supremacy talking points. That is a lie. That is a lie. In the history of this country, we know that's a lie. Anytime that black people tried to come together to get some shit, they always tried to tear down our shit. We was outpacing white Americans. Are you stupid, bitch? That is a lie. It's more them than us. So how are we outpacing them? That is a lie. That's a fucking lie. How are we outpacing people that got more rights than us? I'll wait. Listen, motherfuckers can believe that dumb shit if you want to. Tell me. Come on, man. I'll wait. If somebody got more rights than you, how are you outdoing them? That's why they mad at DEI. They don't like see black people in that position. So imagine we couldn't even be in them positions. And we would still get underpaid even we was on that type of level. We wasn't getting paid like the regular athletes. We wasn't getting paid like the regular entertainers or so-called business people. We wasn't even getting paid on that level. So how the fuck was outdoing them? How? It doesn't even make any sense. That is a lie. Are you talking about the poor people? The poor white folks? Is that what you're talking about? Maybe so. But you're talking about a whole lot of other white people that was making that money like that. We was nowhere a part of that. Our percentage was very low. Wasn't even 1%. It's a lie. Think about what she's saying. When we was segregated, we made more money. We was outdoing white folks. They had more rights than us. They can mistreat us, but we still was outdoing them financially. All right, man. Y'all can believe in that bullshit if you want to. That shit is bullshit. That shit is bullshit. And then, like I said, let's go off our dumbass nerve. If that's true, you know, what she's saying is true. Going off our dumbass narrative is not true, but let's go off our narrative. Listen, people, that's because if that's the case, let's go off our narrative. That's because black people had no choice but to be together. We had no choice. But we're going to go outside. We can get hung for being outside our race. We can get murdered for being outside our race. We can get beaten outside of our race, going outside our race, or trying to get certain fucking jobs or whatever. Get the fuck out of here, Candace Owens. None of that shit make any sense. Where the fuck you get that statistic from? It's impossible that black people was outdoing white folks when we was segregated. It's impossible. And it wasn't even more of us than them. So how the fuck we was outdoing them? What are you talking about? Let's move on.
Only wants to give you the bare minimum. But where's the rest of the money? Where is it going? They signed these bills making you think that this money is going to you. It's not. They are stealing from the American people. And you look at your congressman, whoever it is that you guys sent down to DC, and you realize that they're all just puppets. I feel like we're watching a performance, and who can say the most outrageous thing.
Candace Owens, you're speaking about yourself. You say the most outrageous shit. Like, come on. You make money off of black pain. And then you try to lie to black people, well, we was better when we didn't have no rights. That's what you telling black people. Oh, when we was segregated, we better off segregated. Candace Owens, let me ask you a question. If that's the case, then why you ain't with a black man? I'll wait. Because, see, the shit that you say out your mouth, you got to prove it. You got to walk it and talk it. I mean, you got to talk it and walk it. You can't do that. You can't speak about black shit. Black family. You with a white man. You got mixed babies. You don't live in a black home. You live in a multiracial home. How the fuck you gonna speak on our shit? You ain't with a black man. You with a white man. You with a white man. You gonna tell black people we better off being separated, but you with a white man. She with a white man, my people. This woman with a white man. How the fuck you gonna tell us we was better off being segregated? With black men being in the household. Well, you should have started it off. How about that? Don't lecture us about us needing to be only about our people. You ain't even with your people. You with a white man. How you gonna be pro-black and you with a white man? How you gonna talk about black people need to be together and we need to be in our households, black men and black women, when you ain't in a household that way? How you gonna talk that way? See, people don't ask these questions. I ask them. Candace Owens came. How the fuck she gonna give us advice and she with a white man? She married to a white man, got mixed babies. I don't have no mixed baby. I'm with a black woman. My daughter is my complexion. A black man. A black woman. Fuck are you talking about, bitch? How the fuck are you going to sit here and tell us about something? About how black people need to be, but you with a white man? None of that shit makes no sense. Need to move more black people in the homes. Why you ain't in a black home? Huh? Where your black husband? I'll wait. Y'all let us slide with that shit. Nobody in this interview checked this bitch. This bitch dresses like a white person, talks like a white person, married to a white person, has babies by a white person, but the bitch gonna tell you about the black community, what we need. I'll wait. How's she gonna tell you that? How's Candace Owens gonna tell you anything about black homes and this bitch don't live in a black home? Every day this bitch wake up to a white man. Nobody asked that question, huh? People silent in the chat. Everybody silent. You know, everybody there. She got a point. How you gonna have a point? You ain't nothing black. Bitch, only thing black about you is you. Your kids ain't fully black. And no disrespect to those children. Bitch, you wake up every day to some mixed breed kids. Excuse me. And a white man. At least Obama, he mixed. And he wake up every day to some mixed children. Right? But his wife black. I'd rather listen to Barack than listen to Candace Owens. Or, I'm sorry, even that coon-ass nigga, Coon Tatum. He wakes up to a white woman every day. But they want to tell you about the black community and what we need to do and what we need. You don't even live amongst your own. Your inner circle is a swirl, nigga. How they gonna tell us about black shit? And I don't want people that has interracial, relationships. I'm not mad at y'all. I'm talking about the motherfuckers that keep telling black people, shitting on us. We need more black people, black men in the homes. But bitch, you don't have one. Candace Owens, you don't have a black man in your home. You sleep with a white man every night. You fuck that white man every night. And you want to tell black women or black men that we need to be in a home, or black women need to have black men in a home, but you live with a white man? Fuck out of here. You married to him. You got babies by this motherfucker, bitch. Are you crazy? Let's move on. Let's take a quick commercial break, man. This bitch done pissed me off. I gotta calm down, people. We right back. Quick commercial break. people, we back from quick commercial break. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button so you guys get the live streams when we go live, people. And if you can, donate to the channel. Go to OBF, The Real Cash App, and donate to the channel, people. We highly appreciate it. If you need more information, to subscribe and donate to the channels down there strolling below. Make sure you guys share the videos and hit the like button, people. Keeps the motherfucking lights on. All right. But yeah, man. Oh, it's so irritating from these fucking sellouts. You gonna tell black people what we need to do, but you live with a white man. You live with a white man. Tell black women and black men how we should be doing. Please. You are a bad example of representing us or telling us what the fuck to do. Let's move on.
Outrageous thing. The Republicans don't want to sign this because they want, slavery and they want you back in chains. And the Democrats don't want to sign this because they want grandma to die. Whatever it is, you're watching. To me, it's a play.
That's why I don't think. That's why I think if you're black, you shouldn't be beholden to any political party, Democrat or Republican.
Right. I mean, I think that any concept of saying that I am a Republican forever or a Democrat forever is a nonsense. You should always look at the candidates that are running, and any person that is running saying that they want to grow government is your enemy.
Why do you think people give you a lot of backlash?
First of all, that's bullshit. Government has never grown in the way of she's trying to say it. Our government is no different than it was from the 90s. It wasn't no different from the 80s or the 70s. Or even before the Civil Rights Act. It's always been the same. The same policy's been there. The government's still been there. You just had corrupt people in there from every generation. That's only difference. How you growing government? You can't grow it. Do we got more Supreme Court justice? No. Listen, the crazy shit, the only thing that has been growing, and this has been happening under the Republicans. They have been growing in certain states of certain more senators because they've been gerrymandering. And it's not just them, it's the Democrats too as well, but that's the only thing that's been growing. Other than that, the government hasn't been growing. We don't have two presidents, we don't have two vice presidents. What the fuck are you talking about, bitch? The FBI been the FBI. What the fuck are you talking about? CIA been the CIA. Let's move on, man.
Questioning people and having questions. I see it all the time with Charlemagne. If we question something that Kamala Harris did, or question something that Joe Biden did, or question somebody that's Democrat did, why do you think our people have so much backlash when you ask so many questions?
Well, because I think that they don't realize that they've been manipulated against their own interests. And a lot of it is...
How are you going to ask her that question and she sleeps with a white man every night? Other than you Negroes, Candace Owens don't be around black people like that. How's she going to speak for us? She can't speak for me. I ain't going to talk about all black people. She can't speak for me. Candace Owens can't speak for me. She know nothing about it. I hang around more black people than she do. I'm married to a black woman. I have a black baby. I have black nieces and nephews. I mean, what are you talking about? God kids. I mean, seriously. How's she going to speak on black people? Or what? Y'all talking to somebody that's not even, don't, listen. Excuse me. And I'm going to keep saying this because I needed to make this clear to people. How is Candace Owens going to speak on anything about black people when she's married to a white man? She has mixed babies. She can't tell black people about shit. She don't even have a black husband. She don't have a black partner. How the fuck she going to speak on with us? We with our own. I'm with my own. I told you, I'll fuck anything outside of my race. I'll fuck it. Never marry it. Call it whatever you want to call it. Never marry it. Never be with it. I'm with my people. I fuck it all. Sex is sex. But when it comes to committing and being with, only a black woman understands me. No disrespect to the white women and other different races of other races of women. Only a black woman can understands me. Understand me. I'm a black man in America. Only a black woman can understand me. Sorry. And I'm not saying y'all ain't attractive, and none of that. I'm just saying, never marry outside of my race. And I tell black men that all the time. This you fall in love with whoever you want to fall in love with, but understand the consequences that come behind that. Because there's consequences. I'd rather have that black woman on my shoulder riding with me than any other race. Sorry. No disrespect to others. Women. That's different. That's not black. But hey, I need that black woman beside me. Sorry. I can't speak none of this shit that I speak about and stand on the shit that I stand on and have the morals that I have if I don't have no black woman beside me. I'm sorry. That's me. Everybody a little different, but I'm me. I'm with my hey. I had that black woman right there. Beside me. Not behind me. Beside me. Right beside me. Fuck out of here. Bitch can't speak on nothing black. Bitch, you sleep with a white man every night. You go home to that white man every night. I go home. I'm home. I'm home to a black woman. You home with a white man. You got mixed breed kids. My daughter is straight up black. Ain't no question in that. Your kids will grow up confused. Mine won't. That's the difference, bitch. So I can speak on that shit. Why is DJ Envy acting like she got a right to speak on black people when this bitch do not live with black people? Her kids ain't full black. They are half breeds. No disrespect to those children because Kenny love the kids. Your kids is half breed. Your husband is white. How the fuck you gonna speak on black family shit? You ain't. Listen, you can't speak on what we talking about. Not no more. Before you married that white man and created a family, bitch, you can't really speak on us. Not like how she's speaking on us. On black families? How? She don't have a black family. How she gonna speak on black families? See, people not answering this question. How is she gonna speak? Candace Owens gonna speak on black families? She doesn't have a black family. I'll tell you this. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. And I'll be very honest about this. One of the real reasons that I would never marry a white person is because I seen racism from white people. Take that in and soak that shit in. You call it bigotry, you call it whatever you want. I would never marry a white woman and commit to a white woman. I would never have done it. And still won't. Because of what racist white people did. And I didn't get that from my people of racism. I got bullied. I get that. Probably more harm came from my own people than a white person. But like I said, I didn't know these white people. I knew the black people that did it to me. I understand the situation too. But for a white person don't know who I am to be racist towards me because of the color of my skin, fuck that. And I'm not. And listen, and it may sound fucked up. It seems like I'm taking that on all white people. Hey man. Hey man. I done seen white girls that I dealt with. They would never bring me around their family because their family was racist. But I could bring her around my people, and she couldn't, and it was no problem. No problem. She was good. But she would never invite me around her family because they was racist towards black people. My people ain't racist. So, yeah. Let's move on.
You know, when you start telling the truth, you become a problem to the establishment, right? So if you're the military industrial complex and you want people to just kind of sleepwalk into another war, and I'm sitting here telling you that, you know, Pentagon just can't keep finding the trillions of dollars that they send overseas. They've got this budget and they're sending all this money to Ukraine, and then they say, oh, we don't know where all the money went. It's being laundered and it's being sent back to a very small group of powerful people. And so when you have
that's understandable. But Candace Owens, that got nothing to do with black people to a certain extent. That is Trump as well. And at the same time, this is why I don't like talking about shit outside of the country. Right? Candace Owens, we got a responsibility as Americans to protect vulnerable countries and our allies. We have a responsibility. We just can't say we're not going to do it because of what? Candace Owens, what you don't understand, the world is corrupt. We live in a corrupt world. But you can't change. You think that the Republicans can go in there and do something different? Are you serious? Your party is okay with genociding Pakistanians. You think different of it. Okay, cool. Right? But that's what your party is good with. They stand on it. Right? Okay. So now, Candace Owens, let's go to the Democrat Party. Remember Joe Biden and all of the Democrats? It was, oh, we were Israel and all that shit. What happened? You had Chuck Schumer, the leader of the Democrat Party in the Congress. No, hey, Netanyahu got to get the fuck up out of there, man. See the difference? Your party ain't saying that. So that's what I'm saying. You can keep saying all that dumb shit that you saying, but one party is actually can get their mind changed and change some shit. Your party stand on what they stand on. But you don't want to talk about that because that shit makes more sense than the nonsense that you say. And nonsense that you believe that your party is on. You don't want to give money to Israel for what? I mean, money to Ukraine for what? They been invaded. Let's move on. Excuse me.
And so when you have someone like me who's cutting through all of the emotional arguments, you have to turn that person into persona non grata, right? And what better way to do it than to have their own community attacking them and saying that they're, you know, pro-white or anti-black. I mean, it's a nonsense things that they say about me. If you listen to what I'm actually saying, I'm sitting here providing a blueprint for Black Americans to get ahead because it's time, okay? It's time. We've been doing this.
First of all, Candace Owens, I'm going to say it again. You sleep with a white man. Black Americans need to do what? To do what? It's time to do what? Follow Candace Owens to another slave ship? Are you serious? Black people, I'm gonna put this straight up out here to y'all. Love being black. Love yourselves, man. I don't give a fuck what circumstances you are in. As a black person, love being black. Love being who you are. This is self-hate. Black people to do what? Do what? To go on another slave ship, bitch? Are you crazy? Are you crazy? No. I never tell my black people to get on that slave ship. Imagine you on a slave ship, right? And you're fighting on that slave ship to get shit done. But then the other side tell you, hey, come on over here to get on this slave ship, and we gonna pretend that we're gonna treat you better, but we still not. So stop your fight over there and come over here. And you ain't gotta fight. We're gonna give you the same shit that you was getting over there that you was fighting for, like fighting against, that it was giving you crumbs. We're gonna do the same shit. Please stop. Candace, Owens, listen. I'm gonna say this. Nobody's taking your blackness away. Nobody's saying you ain't black. But you ain't qualified to speak on black issues. Just because you black doesn't mean that you're qualified to speak on our issues. As black people. You live with a white man. You don't live in a black home. Your children are, and I'm going to say it again, your children are mixed breeds. You don't get to tell black people what we need to do. Oh, it's time for us to do what? You don't get to do that. Fuck out of here. I'm more qualified, way more qualified to talk about our issues than you are to talk about our issues. You can't talk about black issues, bitch. You live with a white man. Oh, it's time. It's time for what? To go over there with who? Trump? Are you serious? Okay, and it's on, whatever, man. Let's move on.
Been doing this for a very long time in this country. Black America, wake up, okay? They don't like you. They don't like us, okay? There's
So you're
not
not anti-
They is
America
government.
has
They is
yes.
government.
America.
Yeah, like the government, the American government.
But Trump love us. Them same deep state people are siding with Trump. So how the fuck that Trump love us? You called them deep state, and they came over to Trump to kiss his ass, kiss the ring for power. But somehow they like us too. Trump still accept them. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? And they are sitting there agreeing with this dumb bitch. Oh man, listen, Charlamagne, y'all sorry ass Negroes, man. Y'all sorry as shit. Y'all sitting there agreeing with her? To do what? To go with Trump? Or, I'm sorry, Candace Owens, Charlamagne got him. Okay, fine. You agree with her. Okay, what Trump gonna do? Trump does the same shit the Republican Party. He got them same motherfuckers they call deep state, and they all kiss his ass. Martin Taylor Greene is a racist. He embraces Martin Taylor Greene. But Candace Owens embraced Trump too. What are you talking about? Let's move on, man.
American government, why would you think the American government wants to help you? Well, at what point in history has that proven to be right? And I'll challenge that and I'll make it wider to all Americans. When has it ever been the circumstance that you felt that the government really just was out for your own best interests?
Candace Owens, please stop. You just an ignorant bitch. Let me just say this. Black people been saying that. We've been saying it. But now you're telling us that we got to ride with Trump because Trump's saying the American government ain't good. A white man that has been discriminated against black people in his time, in his history. Right? And the same white motherfuckers that are racist, that are part of the deep state, is now supporting Trump. Tell me how that makes sense. Tell me how it makes sense, Candace Owens. It doesn't make any fucking sense. The same deep state that you say that Trump is calling out, you calling out, is the same people that's siding with him. That's kissing his ass, kissing the ring. Fuck are you talking about? What's Trump policies? The same Republican shit. What are you talking about? The same so-called deep state. We're going to put the Democrats out of it. We're going to talk about the Republicans. Tell me what is the policies. What is the goddamn policies, Candace Owens? You keep saying, oh, it's better over on this side. We need to give up on that side. Well, tell me what's good over there. It's nothing good. It's the same deep state. Trump is still taking that same money from them same deep state motherfuckers. Oh, wait, listen. Candace Owens is a goddamn light. And Charlamagne the God, y'all should be ashamed of yourselves, man. Shame of yourselves. And I'm not sitting here acting like the Democrat Party is this great party. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, why are they allowing her to act like she has a point? She doesn't. It's all hypocritical. Candace Owens support white supremacy. And she sit there and she try to pretend, oh my God, Trump gonna do a lot for black people. When and where? Don't keep bringing up HBCUs. Okay, fine. Even though I know you're lying about it, you can have that. What else? Don't tell me about criminal justice reform. Don't tell me about that. That helped a lot of, that ain't just help black people, that helped all people. What is a specific bill that Donald Trump actually did for black folks? That is a black bill. You can't name it, Candace Owens, so shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You ignorant bitch. This is why I don't have no respect for her. Don't hate her, but I don't have no respect for her. Because she's a fucking liar. And she's a drifter. She's a scam artist. I told y'all, whenever, think about it, I have never heard in my lifetime, I've been here 42 years, getting on 43, God willing. I have never heard a black person say, hey, this is the blackest week I have ever had in my life. If that ain't the most corniest shit ever, just corniness. When a black person gotta say that, say, oh, I'm having the most blackest week ever, that means they ain't connected to their people. They ain't connected. But we supposed to sit here Candace Owens on a black platform and say how much she so-called care about black people. And the bitch does, number one, she doesn't live with a black man. She lives with a white man. Her kids are mixed breeds. Okay? And then number three, This woman actually came out and said, I'm having the blackest week ever. And we supposed to act like she really cares about black people. Are you serious? As a black man, I ain't never said that. Fuck being a man. As a black person, I have never heard that from any black person other than her. I have never said no shit like that. I'm having the blackest week ever. Listen. The reason I even say that I'm black and I gotta put that out there and I say, oh, I'm a black man or some shit like that is because I'm trying to prove a point. But other than that, I have never came out of my mouth and said this is the blackest week ever. For what? Why do I gotta sit out here and tell black people how black I am? Fuck out of here. I don't give a fuck who you are. But mainly to my black people, I ain't never got to tell my black people how black I am. I'm who the fuck I am. You see my skin color? You see color? Only thing that black people is they see my color. Only thing they listen, nigga, how much you about our people? That's it. I ain't gonna tell you I'm having the blackest week ever because some black people agree with me. There's some black people that don't agree with me. But that don't mean I gotta say, oh, because some black people accept me. Finally accept me, I gotta say, oh, this is the blackest week ever. The fuck out of here. I ain't never gotta say that. Ain't nobody black gotta say no shit like that. Seriously. Let me say this. I have seen some black people that says that I don't feel like the black community accept me or some shit like that. I have heard that. But I have never heard black people, even those type of black people, say this is the blackest week I ever had. Never heard that from them. And usually it comes from when motherfuckers say they're getting accepted from the black community. That's usually probably because they corny. In a way. And they know they corny. And listen, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's just, listen. Nigga, I don't even understand sometimes to explain the shit in a way. Because I know I don't do a lot of shit that niggas in the community does. But if nobody can say that, oh, Kenny ain't about this community. Or some shit like that, he ain't black. They can't say that. They can say, oh, the nigga changed a little bit. They can say that. But they ain't gonna say, oh, Kenny don't represent our people. That's bullshit. These people are phony as shit. And like I said, when you gotta come out and denounce your blackness to your black people or try to reach them, then that means that you're not connected to them. When I tell you, I say, hey, man, some black people ain't gonna agree with me. That's not because I ain't connected to them. It's just that, nigga, they don't agree with me on certain shit. That's cool and it's okay, and I'm okay with that, and I hope they okay with that. But, nigga, I'm not saying, I'm not coming out saying I'm having the blackest moment. I'm trying to prove my blackness. I don't have to prove my blackness. When she said what she said was like, oh, I'm having the blackest week ever. She was trying to prove her blackness. I ain't got to prove my blackness. I'm black. I love that shit. I love being black. Ain't nobody like us. Ain't nobody like black people. Nobody. We more influence more people in the world Black Americans. They envy us. They have always envied us, but they envy us even more now. Why the fuck I gotta prove that I'm black? I gotta show that I'm down and all that other goofy shit. Nigga, it's who I am. It's how I move. It's my persona. It's my swag. That's how I move. I move like I got some motherfucking blackness in me. I ain't gotta move like, I ain't gotta talk like, oh, I'm trying to get people to understand that I'm black. Fuck out of here. Having the blackest week ever. Man, please. I'm black. And it is what it is. You can look at me and say that I'm black. You can hear how I speak, how I move, my swag. My swag will tell you all that. Now you can say, some people can say, oh, you corny and I don't like him and shit like that, but there ain't no nigga questioning my blackness. And if you try to, let's have that conversation, and I guarantee you I'll bury your ass. That's how that go. That's why Candace Owens going on this blackest ever tour. Feeling like it's the blackest ever tour. She don't feel black. I ain't got to feel black. I know I'm black. That's the difference. She black as ever. Black as ever. She's what you say. The blackest. I remember the blackest week ever. So you just started feeling that? Feeling that you was black? Okay. Let's move on.
Think of them as a corporation. They want to grow themselves. They want new departments, bigger departments, larger budgets, like any other corporation would want. And they never want to leave DC because we don't have term limits, which we should have, right? If we had term limits and said, you can only serve for 4 years, well, then guess what they would be doing for those 4 years? Trying to shrink government because they'd have to come back out and be us, right? Mm-hmm. When you look at the way that your tax dollars are being spent, you should be outraged. You should be angry, but stop thinking that the enemy is, they constantly have us arguing against each other. Women versus men, black versus white.
That's bullshit. All bullshit. And I'm going to say it again. This woman is sitting up here with some weird ass clothing she got on, right? And then she's sitting up here with a straight part in her hair, with her hair is flat as shit, like a white woman. Flat. Listen, I say this shit about black women all the time, and I mean this shit. I don't need to see your hair like that. That shit is actually a turn off for me. Give me your shit nappy. Like if you straighten my daughter hair out, you get my daughter, my wife, do her hair, straighten it out before she get it done. Sometimes it's okay, but my daughter don't look like that all the time. Her shit nappy. She got nigga hair. Okay? Get you some braids, do whatever. Represent your culture. Represent your people. And like I said, man, this whole notion, every time you see Candace Owens, her hair is the same. Straight. Because she has to do that to fit in. She can't wear no braids. Some white people ain't gonna allow that. They tell her, the professional look, you gotta wear your shit straight. That's why she gotta do her hair like that. That's why she got that part in her fucking hair looking like a fucking Aunt your mama out this motherfucker. Looking like a fucking house nigga. But you gotta change your appearance to look some way. The fuck out of here. If you want to start talking about black issues. Anyway, let's move on.
Versus white, it's a nonsense. The reason why they want us constantly warring is because it distracts from all of us coming together and taking a look at who the real criminals are. And the real criminals are this small group, this small cadre of powerful people that I think we're virtually all still on a plantation.
First of all, that's not true. So you try to blame both sides. Candace, you are a part of a side. Candace, do I hear you speaking up against black brothers, little young brothers and black sisters that have braids in their hair? That they get suspended or they can't play a sport or whatever to go to school, anything like that because of their hair? You don't speak up on none of that. You tear down people. That's what you do. You don't speak up for us. I don't see you do stories like that. You don't do it. That's why you wear your hair the way you wear it. Because white America tells you that you got to wear your hair like that. And you with Trump. And you say Trump is against all that. Be yourself and freedom and who you going to be. But like I said, it comes from their party. You don't hear that shit from the Democrat Party. Excuse me. You hear this in right-wing government that's doing that. I ain't never heard no shit like that in Baltimore. Ran by Democrats. I never heard it in Detroit, New York, Chicago, even California. I've never heard it. You only hear it in right-wing shit that where black people can't wear their hair the way they want to wear it. Do you speak up against that? No, you don't. You don't speak up against anything like that because some fact it doesn't fit your narrative. Or your white masses narrative. So that's why you don't speak on it. Please stop acting like you care about black people. There's black people still around here getting discriminated against because of their hair. And you say nothing. I haven't seen you do a story about it. So stop. Please. Let's move on.
Plantation. They just made it look nice. You got a nice chair. We got nice chairs here.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we're all still on a plantation.
Shut up. It's a baby shower. So is this the reason why I haven't really heard you pushing people to vote?
It's sad. She said Charlamagne and all them live on a plantation. But she's in a position where she was with, because she's not there no more with Daily Wire. Right? Hands on. You got to dress a certain type of way. That's why your hair's straight. Go on that bitch with your hair nappy one time. Have y'all ever seen Candace Owens on hair nappy? I'll wait. Have you seen her hair nappy? No, you haven't. You haven't seen her hair nappy. And you won't see her hair nappy. She won't wear her hair like that because simple fact, or dress a certain type of way. She tried to, listen, the reason her ass got fired was because simple fact, she was trying to too much come to her blackness. Everybody keep thinking it's about the Jew shit. The Jewish shit. No. She started to show her ass. She crossed the line with the Jewish shit. And I told you, Ben Shapiro talk about he's a Jew, but you're a racist. And Jewish people, that's just a religion. Ben Shapiro is a European, and he's a racist. She knows that. She knew that. And then you go against his race. You go against his beliefs. Look what happened to you. You lost your damn job, bitch. You lost it. They gave her a little deal, and I'm gonna get into that later with the other BF members, because I know the backstory of it. I did some research, and I did some I knew some people that told me something about that shit. But at the same time, Candace Owens, you couldn't be yourself. You can't be yourself. That's why you married that white man the way you did. You ain't in love with that nigga. And I know the backstory on that too. And we'll get into that later. See, you think niggas like me don't understand why you with that white man. And why you sell us out the way you do, bitch. I know why you did it. And then you went on a black platform and these ignorant niggas allowed you to come on a platform for views. That's all it was. And I'm going to tell you, and this other shit that I'm going to tell y'all why she was even on the Breakfast Club, they won't tell you. But I'm going to wait till later for that. I'm wait till we get the family in, get the people y'all want calling, y'all want talking. It's 6 o'clock. Oh, I know the real reasons of why your ass is gone. And I know the real reason why you even was on the Breakfast Club. And you did the shit with Joe Budden. And Joe Budden's stupid ass allowed you to give you a platform, you goofy ass nigga. And I stand on that shit. And I'm gonna unsubscribe this nigga. Because I don't fuck with Joe Budden no more. You goofy ass nigga. So you ain't no different. You talk about Adam 22, you allowed this racist bitch, this black white supremacist bitch on your platform. But you mad at Adam 22 for starting controversy. You know this bitch was controversial when it comes to our people. But you allowed this bitch because what? Because she black? Means nothing to me. It's no different if you brung Richard Spencer on your shit. Or Charlie Kirk or any of them racist ass pieces of shit. You goofy ass nigga. It was about the views too. You bitch ass nigga. Fuck Joe Buttons. I stand on that shit. Fuck that nigga. You gotta worry about me fucking with you no more. That shit is a wrap. Then you try to charge niggas for that motherfucking bullshit ass interview, bitch. I ain't buying that shit. And anybody that bought that dumbass shit, you stupid as fuck. To get the interview, you already know how the interview was gonna go. You know how Candace Owens is. And then you know why Joe Budden did what he did. It was for views. It was for money. But he act like he better than motherfuckers. He better than no jumper. He's not. You allowed that bitch to get on your platform to make profit off of black pain. You bitch ass nigga. But you care about black people. Fuck you and fuck all them niggas that's with you. King Flip, all of them. Fuck them niggas. Ish, all of them. Bullshit goofy niggas. Let's move on.
For any particular candidate, just go around?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm very clear about the fact I let everything play out, but I absolutely love Vivek Ramaswamy. Obviously, he's not running anymore, but his ideas and his laser sharp focus on what the actual issues were, I thought he was absolutely brilliant. I'm obviously voting for Trump. You know, we were all doing better under Trump. It's that simple. I don't care what else they have to say, the libels, the smears. I get it. You do it to me. So I just don't even pay attention. I actually find it to be
right.
boring.
It
now.
doesn't matter. But see what I'm saying. Doesn't matter if Trump, whatever Trump says, he good for us, right? But she's telling black people, pay attention what the Democrats are saying. Democrats say some fuck shit. We gotta focus on that. We gotta watch that. But if Trump say some shit and the right wing say some shit and the MAGA, we ignore that because Trump got the policies for us. But like I said, name the policies. They can't name them. See, I will hear you out if you tell me name the policies. Well, it was good for black Americans. It hasn't been a president that actually did shit for black people. No president. Not even a Lord and Savior Jesus Christ or Trump, because they put Trump up there with God. But they say they religious people. First of all, you read the Bible, nigga, nobody can ever compare themselves to God in their Bible, but they do. So that's another whole thing. Like I said, let's criticize the Democrats, everything they do. But Trump do something wrong, we ain't got to talk about it. It's the deep state. They all against Trump. They all against him. They all against him. He did nothing wrong. But they tell us the system is fucked up, it ain't fair, and all that other shit. But when we was speaking about it as black people, then we was tripping, we victim blame. I mean, we you know, no, not victim blame, but we playing victim. But Trump ain't playing victim. These are the, as black people, I tell you, we gotta take 50% of what we do, take self-responsibility, but other 50, yes. But Trump people, you hear Candace Owens, can't take no, they all against Trump. And when black people was talking about it, oh, we playing victim. Candace Owens said it out her fucking mouth. But she trying to sit there. Trump ain't did nothing wrong. This is the deep state coming at him. But when black people talk about it, oh no, it wasn't really like that. But anyway, let's take a quick commercial break, people. We'll be right back. All right, people, back from quick commercial break. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button so you guys get the live streams when we go live, people. And if you can, donate to the channel. Go to OBF The Real, Cash App, and donate to the channel, people. We highly appreciate anything you guys can donate to the channel. Need more information to subscribe and donate to the channels down there scrolling below. Make sure you guys share the videos and hit that like button, man. All right? Let's get into it.
Boring now, you know.
What economically? What were the reasons? Because you said that you didn't like that Republicans were giving out money during 2020.
Both. They were just giving out money during COVID. It was crazy.
But that's what a lot of people loved. They loved the stimulus checks. They loved the PPP. So when you say you were doing better under Trump, that's what people point to. But look at the circumstances it took for that to happen. We don't want to have to go through another pandemic in order to get that money. Yeah,
but the point is that should provide you a lesson how the government works, because people weren't even thinking ahead. You're like, yeah, I'm getting this free check, so I'm not going to work. Again, incentivizing poor behavior. What ended up happening was a lot of the mom and pop stores closed. Right, a lot of businesses actually had to fold because they couldn't sustain it under.
Because we was in a pandemic, so that's why the money went out. This is all right-wing lies and distractions. Listen, a lot of mom and pop stores went out of business because of the simple fact that if the country got shut down because of a pandemic, where they gonna get the money? And then you know who actually made more money in a pandemic? Huh? And now that people taking that same thing of what people are, that these big corporations did, they was getting shit delivered. The times changed, right? So they was doing something different. Listen, we should have been feared to be going outside and going to these businesses and shit, sitting in restaurants, and then next thing you know, your people was getting sick, and people that had health problems and shit like that get sick quicker. Like the COVID would hit them more than others. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? So we had to shut down the country. We had to shut down restaurants. We had to shut down these local businesses, these private owned business. We had to do that. So the money had to reimburse you. We had to do that. It was listen, let me explain something to y'all. So the whole world, right? If you listen to people like Candace Owens and Joe Rogan and Ron DeSantis, all these motherfuckers, and Aaron Rodgers, you listen to them, because they say COVID wasn't real. If that was the case, then, right? Let's go for their narrative. None of this shit, they didn't have to shut down nothing. And we did what they wanted us to do. Right? How many more millions of people would have died? Since COVID ain't real, these people was running around saying COVID wasn't real. And they was losing people. Family members, people that was close to them, people they knew. They didn't care. You see how they started to try to blame, kids ain't going to school, no, they doing virtual school, they ain't doing well. Right? Okay, cool. My whole thing is this. The education system wasn't good anyway. That y'all bitch and complain about it even now. But now you're trying to blame it on COVID. That the education system was fucked up. Well, it been fucked up. So why didn't none of y'all fix it then? Well, all of a sudden now when the pandemic come, all of a sudden you see the education system ain't that good. Think about what they're talking about and what they're doing. They're saying shit was so bad, all the shit that was bad, they knew was bad, but they never fixed it. Now the Republicans come out, all this shit is bad, everything's so bad. If these things is bad, they've been bad for years. But why you never fixed it? You've been in power before to fix it, and you just never did it. You don't come up with policies. They haven't came up with any policies to fix it. Oh, I'm sorry. Their thing is, we got to do the religion ways that where, the private schools and all that other shit. People pay to go to those private schools. Everybody can't afford to go to a private school. What are you talking about? So how is that going to help the public school system? You bringing God back into the private, public school system. How's that going to help people be more educated? These children are going to be more educated. How? Because they're more religious? You will lose more people or bring in religious shit into school. These are facts. These already been documented. That's why they took out the Pledge of Allegiance and all that other shit. and took out all this other shit. It's for a reason. Because everybody's not religious. And your religion is what it. Listen, everybody don't live my life. Everybody don't live everybody's life. So how you just gonna make listen, how you gonna treat everybody fairly then? Are y'all gonna stop giving so much money to these schools that's in good neighborhoods and you gonna equal it out? Are you gonna do that? They ain't came up with that because they can't come up with it. I told y'all it's hierarchy to shit. Just think about it. You want to be real about it? Just look at it. Like, look at the rich. Look how they are. They don't want to pay their fair share in taxes to help the less fortunate out. They want a organization where they still make money off of the organization. They say they helping. You know how you help those public schools? Make the money equally. You put $3 million here, $3 million here, $3 million there. They don't want to do that. Because if you do that, then you're telling everybody, we all going to treat you all equal. They don't want to treat everybody equal. It's all bullshit. That's the whole part of the Republican Party scam. And like I said, black folks, and I'm going to speak on other people, black folks, if you sit home and you don't vote, I'm telling you, you think shit's fucked up now and you think shit ain't what it's supposed to be, if you let them Republicans get in there, your little public schools, you think a lot of your public schools got shut down and all that other shit, wait till they get in there. Wait till the Republicans get in there and take over your school boards. They'll never teach your kid about history, real history. They'll keep telling you that the forefathers was great people and they were slave owners. Keep playing. Y'all want to sit there, oh, Biden is bad. I get that. Nobody's saying that Biden is perfect. I'm not saying that. I don't fuck with Biden. He's better than Trump. Democrat Party, I ain't saying the Democrat Party is great. And they all that. But they better than the motherfucking Republicans. I tell you that shit. When you're supposed to take a stand to get somebody like Bernie in there to change some shit, you had the opportunity. You failed to do that. You didn't want to do it. Let's get Biden in there. You trusted Biden. Okay, cool. With Biden. He ain't really did shit. He ain't did none of the shit that you thought he was going to do. And then some of the shit that he did do, that came from people like Bernie and the Progressive Party. The motherfuckers they call the extreme left. That came, a lot of your shit, your wages getting high, that came from the extreme left that the right wing always tell you, even the Democrats will tell you, they the extreme left. But they still wind up using them same tactics to pass policies and get policies. They took that shit from people like me and Bernie Sanders and progressive people like us. So I'm just asking a question. Tell me when y'all going to understand that you have no choice at this point. If you don't vote Democrat, then your ass is grass. I'm telling y'all that. It ain't no sitting around, all these, I don't know who I'm going to vote for bullshit. Okay, play. Go ahead and play that dumb game. You don't have the choice to do that right now. Because if you let Trump and the Republicans get in, they're taking all your rights away. Or you mad at abortion and all that shit. Okay, well, hey. They're going to pass a federal bill where nobody can get abortions. I'm telling y'all, you play around with it. Go ahead and play around. Stop acting like you motherfuckers don't understand. If you don't understand, now you understand. The Republican Party told you who they are. You got to look at some of them states. You think they ain't going to make it a federal ban? You think what Florida is doing, they ain't going to make that a federal ban? Get rid of the books. We can't talk about Martin Luther King. We can't talk about Rosa Parks and them, Malcolm X. We can't talk about them. It's it make white kids feel uncomfortable. Fuck about your kid that's black, Hispanic, or whatever. They gonna cut all that shit out. Y'all play. Go ahead and play with this election. And tell me how bad Joe Biden, he old, and you keep bringing that dumb shit up. Go ahead and see what happened. Play around with that. You can't play around with it now. Your ass better vote Democrat. I even understand that at this point. Because y'all fucked this up. Y'all voted for Biden, he in there, and now you mad at him? Okay, cool. Play around. Don't vote for Democrats this term around in 2024. Go ahead and play. I guarantee you, and this go for white women and all different race, sexes, gay people, play around. Y'all go ahead and play around and vote for Republicans if you want to. Go ahead, or don't vote, and watch what happens. Watch what happens. Go ahead. Trump and the Republican Party gonna take over the fucking country, and then you motherfuckers gonna be even more mad. You think you mad now? Wait till they take over. Go ahead and play. Put Trump and them Republicans back in power and control and see what happened. You think that the man already told you, the Republican Party already told you through the states, they already told you through certain states what they're going to do, and you're playing around with it? Go ahead and play around with it. Go ahead. Like I said, I ain't trying to change your mind. Go ahead and play. Don't vote. Pretend that you don't know who you gonna vote for or none of that shit. Go ahead and do all that bullshit. Go ahead and see what happens. Joe Biden ain't do that. Okay. All right. Watch what happens. Play around with this election coming up and see what happened to y'all goofy asses. See, at this point in time, I already know I'm stacking my guns. I'm stacking my shit. Well, I ain't going out like y'all. See, y'all gonna be confused and gonna be all fucked up. I can't believe this is happening. I can. So I'm stacked for it. I'm ready for it. I'm ready to die for it. These bitches ain't gonna take away my rights. I'll tell you that shit. And you go in and play around with these Republicans and these extreme motherfuckers that's MAGA. Go ahead and play with them. Go and play with them. Because you mad at Biden because Biden ain't do... Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Ain't nobody going to come in and tell me how I got to raise my kid. Fuck out of here. Raise my daughter. Fuck out of here. How I got to act in public. I got to bow down to racist white people. Go ahead and play. Listen, this election is about, and y'all don't want to admit this, but this is what it's about. I understand what the Democrat Party is. Ain't nobody ignoring that. I'm telling y'all, the Republican Party is about racism and bigotry and homophobic or whatever, sexism. They want everybody to go back to live under what they say. And I'm telling y'all, if y'all let them run, they run to the, they run the presidency, they run the Congress. They're going to put bans on everything. They already got the Supreme Court. Go ahead and play with it. Go ahead. You don't want to get out and vote. You don't want to, it ain't going to be like that. Okay, cool. Cool. Like I said, I got my guns. I'm ready to die. I'm not going to play around with you stupid motherfuckers. Y'all stupid. Go ahead and play. Go ahead and play around with these Republicans and think they playing. Go ahead. and see what happened to you. This ain't no scare tactic. I'm telling you, that's the one thing. People are like, oh, you trying to scare people. I ain't trying to scare you. It's already happened already. They're already showing you what they going to do if they get full power. Play around with them and see what happens. And I know some of y'all come out and say, oh, well, you know, Kenny, what about Democrats? Nigga, motherfuckers, do y'all understand the difference between Republicans and Democrats? That'll be the next step. We just got to stop these racists of taking over. And then we can start going at these motherfucking Democrats. But right now, we can't let the Republicans take over. We cannot allow that. If they take over, the country is fucked. I'm telling you. And you play around and you let these dudes come in here and you let them play around because you don't like Joe and all that other shit and listen to Candace Owens, her dumb, goofy ass talking about, oh, you know, both of the governments is bad. But who is Trump riding with? He ain't running independently. Think about that. He's not running independently. Candace Owens not. They're rolling with the Republican Party. I told y'all who the Republican Party is. The fucking Republican Party is sitting there. I was like, oh, okay. Trump is what he is. That's why they riding with him. Because they already been thinking like him. They can say they hate Trump all they want. Nigga, they ride with Trump. All these ideas and all this shit. Nigga, they good with that. Go ahead and play. Oh, shit. Go ahead and play with them. Go ahead and play with them racist ass Republicans. Go ahead. Be mad at the Democrats all you want, and the whole time them Republicans want you to be mad at the Democrats. They want you to be upset. I'm not agreeing with everything the Democrats is about. That's not what I'm saying. Their whole scheme is to get you mad at the Democrats so you won't vote or you vote for them. That's all they're doing because they don't, mind you, look at Congress. They don't have a plan. The Republican Party don't have a plan. They just want to run off of fear. Like I said, and nobody want to sit there and listen. I told y'all, everything that y'all seeing now, I told you was going to happen. Nope. You don't want to listen to me? Fine. Okay, cool. Like I said, I'm going to die for my shit. I'm going to die for my rights. I'm not playing with these people. Because I know what they're about. And the FBI, whoever it is, think you play with me, I swear to you, come in here, you play with me like that, police, I don't care who it is. Nigga, it's on. Y'all can sit there and bullshit yourselves all you want. Go ahead. Like I said, you let these people get in power, they're going to change all the rules on your ass. All of them. Your little rights that you think you got, all that shit going to change when they get in there. Motherfuckers already told you, they want the country was built on a Christian nation. They're lying, but they ain't playing about that. Your kid got to go into school and salute their government like Hitler did, like fucking Russia does, like little Kim. Your kid got to go in there and pledge allegiance to what? But we democracy, though. It won't be a democracy. I guarantee you that. Y'all keep playing. Anyway, we're going to do a part 3 of this. Matter of fact, no, we ain't even going to do a part 3 of this. Because this is it. Hopefully we get the OBF members up in here and we talk about this shit around 6 o'clock. Try to get everybody here. I'm going to call them see what's going on, so we can do a part 3. And y'all in the chat, y'all can get in here too, because we're gonna leave link for y'all to jump in and speak y'all shit and say how y'all feel about it. But yeah, man. Yeah. Leave comments, hit that like button, support your boy. It's your boy, Mr. OBF. Peace and love to the world.